Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on the show, and I'm here to talk about some NBA. We're talking about the latest NBA news. I haven't talked any NBA news in about 2 days because I've done a lot of recaps for NASCAR. Been talking the Dodgers series. I didn't last game last night because just too tired. I recapped IndyCar, just a bunch of different NASCAR this week, and the Dodgers and the NBA Finals Game 2. If you haven't watched that recap, we'll watch that. But let's get into the news. I've covered NBA, any NBA news in the last 2 days, so let's get around into it. So, per a report here, the Phoenix Suns are likely to trade DeAndre Ayton and keep Chris Paul, which is not a surprise here, because I felt like they were going to trade DeAndre Ayton because he had a horrible postseason for his standards. But it makes the most sense, because you can't pay a big man that much money to be mediocre when you have star talent just elsewhere on the roster. And he's not. He's not that good. He brings zero effort and blames his teammates a lot. I mean, he's just not good. I don't know why Phoenix should just let Indiana get him. Shouldn't even match that contract, because that was a lot of money. I think it's good. They should just get rid of both, honestly, because Chris Paul's getting up there in age, and he's just not really too good anymore. I'd rather have a younger guy with potential, maybe to get better than an older mid-player declining, but I don't know. I feel like you should just get rid of both of these players, to be honest. But I feel like Vogel would be good for Ayton, but if you can flip him for Turner and maybe some filler players in the 26th pick, you can do it. Maybe Vogel could be good for Ayton, but I just don't think anything will be good for Ayton at this point. They're going to have to need two solid backup point guards, because in case he goes down again, talk about Chris Paul, I wouldn't mind them bringing in, like, say, a John Wall or somebody. But why would they keep the old man, though? They should just let him leave. If I was the Suns, I would just let them both leave. So, we got a report here said Erik Spoelstra could command up to $20 million per year on his next contract, per Adrian Wojnarowski. Spoelstra has 1 year left on his contract. I mean, he'll deserve it. I think he deserves it. I was initially shocked when I saw Monty Williams' contract. Remember, he got that job at Detroit. And I hadn't seen coaches get paid like that, but now I think that about it, they're so important with basketball. With player contracts starting to get higher and higher, it's only right coaches' contracts go up. And I think he deserves it. After seeing what Monty Williams got, I think Erik Spoelstra deserves a big contract. Because he's got this team to the finals where nobody think they would make it. He's worth every dime. I think he's earned every dollar. And I guess we've reached the coaches' empowerment era where they're going to get a lot of money. But I think he should, because I don't think there's a better coach in basketball. I think Erik Spoelstra is the best coach in basketball. I think he'll be worth it. Some people probably say, oh, he's not worth it, it's a lot of money, but he's the best coach. And I think he's easily worth it. I think Monty Williams set a precedent with getting all that money. But he's staying with the Heat or retiring when his career's over. So, we have some news about Tyler Herro. Some people thought he'd play Game 2, but he didn't. He said, report says Tyler Herro is still experiencing soreness and swelling in his shooting hand after shooting workouts. Quote, he also shared his consideration of not wanting to come back and mess up the rhythm of the team. I mean, I guess there's a real argument that he played better without him. I mean, I wouldn't say they play better without him. It's just the team elevates some playoff time with or without him. But I don't know. I just hate when people make this argument. It's just Heat have created a culture where players step up and elevate when they're needed to. And that's a team player. And a team player isn't trying to force himself back into the rotation. Because he's just not healthy enough to play yet. They got a good thing going on right now, but I wouldn't necessarily say they're being better without him. It's just they've got that rhythm right now and that confidence. And respect to Herro. It's very, very smart. Just not play at this point when he's not 100% healthy. Part of the Stein line, Mark Stein. The Dallas Mavericks plan to gauge Jeff Van Gundy's interest for a potential assistant coaching job. I don't picture Jeff Van Gundy as the assistant type of guy. And I doubt he leaves his current job, which is ESPN NBA announcer, to be a Maverick assistant. But I wouldn't miss him calling the games. I don't think he would accept that. Like, come on. I don't picture him as being a assistant. No way he leaves ABC for this. Yeah. The Mavs are just trying to get anyone at this point. So your updated Finals MVP ladder is number 1, Nikola Jokic. Number 2, Gabe Vincent. Number 3, Bam Adebayo. Number 4, Jimmy Butler. And number 5, Jamal Murray. NBA.com's updated Finals MVP ladder. Don't have Gabe Vincent's at number 2 here. I would put Bam Adebayo at number 2. I don't know how Gabe Vincent's number 2. There's no reason for Gabe to be over Bam. The people who make these lists don't value defense whatsoever. Like, what the fuck is this? Per Chris B. Haynes, the Mavericks were preparing to make a trade-off for LeBron James last season when the Lakers were spiraling. Per Chris B. Haynes. So the Mavericks, they were preparing, maybe try and make a blockbuster trade for LeBron James when the Lakers were struggling to start the season. Maybe pair LeBron when they and Kyrie. But that's crazy though. LeBron James get more value than Anthony Davis. I understand that though. But the Mavericks, it's probably fortunate they didn't do this. But one last super team. But that trade package though would have been a lot. So it's probably fortunate they didn't do this because he's going to retire in a few seasons. LeBron wasn't even able to be traded. That was part of the CBA, the collective bargaining agreement. Mark Cuban on that crack. So Tyler Hero, there was hope he would be able to return Game 2, but it didn't happen. And he hasn't received the full clearance to play. They have a chemistry going without him anyways, but they can run him off the bench. Like, they need his scoring off the bench. It's just, I just don't know if he'll be able to get healthy. Maybe Game 3. There's maybe a possibility for Game 3. Per Shams Charania. Kyrie Irving has been recruiting LeBron James to Dallas per Shams Charania. And this is no surprise. It's no surprise. So we've had it wrong the entire time, I guess. Like, we've been thinking, oh, LeBron's been recruiting Kyrie, but no, Kyrie's been recruiting LeBron James, according here to Mr. Shams Charania. There's no way he wants to go to Dallas. I mean, come on. He ain't gonna go to Dallas. I think Kyrie's trying to create a super team, but I don't think none of this matters because LeBron isn't leaving the Lakers. Not when his son is literally going to play at USC, aka it's easier to watch his son play at college, so he ain't leaving. The Bulls are looking to lock up Nikola Vucevic for the next 3 years per J. Cali Hoops. This is a terrible idea, in my opinion, from the Chicago Bulls. Because locking him up for the next 3 years, I guess they love mediocrity, because he's just not that good. Because this is just funny, man. These are not serious people in this front office. Just an unserious franchise, because Vucevic used to be really good, but since he's joined the Bulls, he's not good. He hasn't been good. Like, he's fallen off. These are unserious people in this franchise. Kendrick Perkins says the Lakers shouldn't extend Anthony Davis. Quote, we haven't seen a healthy Anthony Davis in what, 3 or 4 years? Question mark. End quote on Get Up ESPN. This is a terrible, terrible, delusional, casual take from Kendrick Perkins. We literally just saw a healthy AD in the playoffs, and he had the healthiest stretch in 3 years, and he was really good. Just terrible, terrible take by Kendrick Perkins. He's healthy come playoff time. He has only missed one playoff game in his career. He was their best player this playoffs. Yes, he was inconsistent offensively, but arguably he was the best defender and paint protector. So, Jimmy Butler's father is, quote, not well at the moment, per Skip Bayless. Oh wow, what a source. I think he might be a little distracted, if not a little drained, by going through that. This is risky to repost. But this is per Skip Bayless. I guess somebody might, said that, but something about this bothers me. Like, why reveal that, Skip Bayless? Just why, Skip Bayless? Why? I don't like that. From Mr. Skip. Skip! Donovan Mitchell says Bam Adebayo is a top 5 defender in the NBA. I mean, I think he's a top 5 defender in the NBA. I'd say like top 3 to 5. And this is common knowledge. It's just, people will say he's not, but I think he is. I think he can guard 1 through 5. He's a top 5 defender for sure. Jimmy Butler's first 9 games of the 2023 playoffs, 31.9 points per game, 6.4 assists, or 6.4 rebounds, 5.6 assists, shot 55 from the field, 39 from 3. His last nine, 23.3 points per game, 7.6 rebounds per game, 6.0 assists per game, 41 from the field, 32 from 3, so a 14% drop off from field goal and 7% from the 3. I mean, he's playing with an ankle injury, but he's still playing good. Yes, he isn't shooting the ball well, but he's been making clutch shots when it matters, and dishing the ball out to his teammates. He is playing through an injured ankle. That's no excuse. So people around the league believe Ja Morant will be suspended for no less than the first half of the regular season. Yeah, that will be announced after the 2023 finals. Adam Silver's not going to announce that right now during the finals. But from what he said, what he talked about, how they found more information, Ja Morant's probably be suspended at least half the season. And that's twice he's pulled out that gun on Instagram Live, and it's probably going to be like 15, 25 games. I mean, he done it to himself. People say, oh, free job, but he done it to himself. I'm sorry. Michael Malone says the Nuggets will leave with Bam Adebayo taking 25 shots, scored 26 points. Quote, we didn't go in saying we're going to have Bam Adebayo beat us, but we have great respect for Bam, but if you're going to score 26 points on 25 shots, that's something we can live with, end quote. Damn. He basically called him trash. Like, put some respect on his name. That's a little bit disrespectful. There from Mr. Malone. Lakers insider speculates Mo Bamba and Malik Beasley won't be back with the Lakers. Yeah, Malik Beasley's trash. His 3-pointer just fell off. So thank God. They're bums. Like, no, they weren't good role players. Well, Mo Bamba was decent, but then he got hurt. Danny Ainge believes Joe Mazzulla is a better coach than Ime Udoka. Quote, you see Joe's toughness and stubbornness. He's a relentless worker. He has a passion to learn. Joe's a leader. I think this was a difficult decision with the high expectations the team had coming in. I don't think there's anybody that doesn't believe that Joe is a better coach than Ime Udoka as a coach, end quote, via the Boston Globe. This has to be a fake quote. But I don't think it is. But what do y'all want him to say? Oh, Ime's a better coach, but we got stuck with Joe. It's probably what people thought he would say, but I think Ime Udoka's a better coach than him. it showed. Their defense was worse, but yeah. Until next time, Peace.